Ooh, that was close. Keep going, keep going. Oh, nice. I leveled up. Nice, nice. Ah, crap. I'm out of stamina already. Reset doesn't happen for another 4 hours for more stamina. How much? Let's see the shop. Let's see the shop. Costs that much to refresh my stamina? I don't think I'm gonna... Oh, sorry, I've been just reading manga. Just reading manga, sorry. I have been a huge fan of Square Enix, pretty much their video games, for a long time. And it was only here recently, getting into anime and manga as much as I have, that I discovered that, oh yeah, by the way, they are also a publisher in Japan. Like, we're talking some big titles like Full Metal Alchemist. Here recently, My Dress Up Darling, High Score Girl, Soul Eater. There's a lot of really fantastic titles out of Square Enix, and they're properties that are very loved. And while most of these properties have been served very well in the West through different publishers, it seems like they decided they wanted to launch their own app and distribute it themselves, just like every other company wants to do now, through the efforts of Manga Up. And that Manga Up app has finally launched in the West just a couple days ago, and yes, it's a train wreck. Nutshell, before anything, don't touch it. And I'll give you plenty of reasons why not. Censorship being probably the big key thing there, but it's a mess. It's an absolute dumpster fire, and it seems like they're trying to fix things. We have gotten a statement out of them regarding at least the censorship, but yeah, this is what this video is about, so if you're interested in this, definitely stay tuned. So what is Manga Up? It seems like Manga Up is kind of a culmination of everything that's wrong with Square Enix right now with their gaming market and infecting their manga distribution. Now, I still love a lot of what Square Enix offers, especially in their gaming realm, mainly around Final Fantasy. I still play Final Fantasy 14. I love their franchises, but it's obvious that they're going further and further downhill into the realms of DLC, loot boxes, all the typical things you get from the Western companies that's just plaguing video games right now. They're even going so far as to sell all of their Western properties that are very driven by stories and stuff and going strictly NFTs. So you obviously see that Square Enix is kind of going downhill in regards to at least the gaming realm. So it really does feel like somebody in Square Enix said, hey, gaming group, you're making money off these in-app purchases. Why don't you make a manga app for us? And they did. Because like I said, this does feel like a mobile game app. I made a joke about it at the very beginning. That's literally what this is. You have stamina. It replenishes every day. You can use that stamina to read chapters. If you want to replenish it, you have to pay actual money. It's that kind of realm. You also have leveling up, experience, and stuff like that. Which, honestly, initially looking at this app actually was cool. The thought of being able to open up an app and read chapters for free. Yes, you're limited to how many you can, but I mean, it's free. And yes, if you want to pay, you can pay. But we're talking about maybe getting 5 chapters of stamina worth every day. So, and yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of people out there already saying right now, 5 chapters, that's it? Because that's not much. I can blow through that in a couple seconds. Yes, that's kind of the problem. It's like, it's a cool idea, but execution's terrible. When everything costs the same amount and you have some chapters are extremely short and some aren't, it makes it a little less enticing. But that's where it gets into the rough area. Well, let's say you do read 5 chapters and then you want to read more. Okay, just pay for it. That's perfectly fine. Okay, go into their monetization, buy these tokens. Yeah, pretty much 5 chapters is $1. Again, technically not bad compared to most stuff. I think when I was buying Goblin Slayer, it was like $3 just for a chapter. But when you buy it, it doesn't stay. These are 3-day unlocks for a lot of this stuff. And the problem really does come as the later chapters when they have a lot of these kind of advanced requirements just to unlock the chapters. And that's where it gets really, really gamified into the realms where most mobile apps are very predatory, where you don't understand fully what you're getting and exactly how long it's going to last. If I buy these later ones for real life money, does it stay there? Do I own it? What other things after I buy the currency does it require in order to unlock? Again, this is where we get into the realm of it no longer being gamifying, getting free chapters, to it starting to get into the realm of what most mobile companies and most gaming companies are doing right now, where they try to give so many currencies and so many requirements that it becomes uncertain what all you need to purchase something, which is very predatory because you'll buy before you realize you can't get it yet. These aren't just outright buys. You You can't just click it and say, okay, 20 cents, I get the chapter. This is a setup to confuse you to get more money out of you. And if that's all fine and dandy with you, and you're able to get past all that stuff, you're like, whatever, I'll just buy whatever, and I'll deal with the fact that there are only temporary unlocks, all that kind of stuff. The content itself is where things get really, really rough. That's where things get really, really rough. I don't know what happened. Well, I know what happened, but I don't know how it happened. The original reason why Manga Up came to my attention was that it was trending. SquareEnix was trending, but everybody was downloading this Manga Up, and all the screenshots were like the worst censorship you could ever imagine. No, we're not just talking about, somebody's chest is showing, so there's a big, huge black rectangle. We're talking about everything. Like, nobody is safe from the black rectangle. We're talking about just upper chest being blocked. We're talking about thighs being blocked. Yes, we're even talking about a boy's knee. Yes, a boy's knee is blocked. I don't know what happened here. All I can assume is that somebody threw it through an algorithm. Like, they had all these chapters, all these pages. They wanted to get this thing up as quick as possible. And so they set some sort of algorithm that would find certain shapes and cover them. And so you did get cases like a kid's knee is being blocked up. You do get cases where some lady wearing pants has her entire lower half covered up. That doesn't make any sense. But to an algorithm, it makes sense because that was what it was told. And it doesn't understand exactly what it's looking for. And again, like I said earlier, we all know why this is happening. We all know why this is the case. Why they're covering up everything. Why don't they just... I'm getting into my later rant. They're doing this because SquareEnix wants to get this in as many countries as possible. Somebody in their company is, I'm sorry, extremely misinformed and not very intelligent. Because they thought that if we ruin this app everywhere, we'll get tons of sales everywhere. And they don't realize that if they just, cater that app to the countries that want this and then allow everybody else to just have it without the censorship, they're going to be a lot better off. But no, instead, they're deciding the best way to handle this app is to censor it everywhere and hope it sells somewhere. Again, business logic zero. Whoever made this decision should be fired. Because I can guarantee you, this app is going to fail everywhere where the most sales will be. You're going to get a large portion of your sales in the US. Guess what? Nobody in the US is going to buy from this. If they do, it's because they're really okay about these gigantic black bars everywhere. Most people, most fans, they're going to go elsewhere. There's plenty of places where they can get it. And it was kind of funny because they actually tweeted mentioning, well, they do say legal. But yes, like I said, they technically did confirm. They sent out a tweet saying, regarding censorship on Manga Up app, inconsiderate of each mobile platform policies, some modifications were unavoidable to release the app to the whole world outside Japan. Whole world. This is not limited to only English-speaking countries. We are still in the early exploration stages and will strive to improve while listening to your feedback. In the meanwhile, some of the content is available uncensored through other official streams. So please continue to support the artist. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, that's a trash fire. So yes, what this is pretty much confirming, and was my original speculation when this first started happening, is that they're wanting it in so many of these countries where censorship is like very strict. Like, these people don't want even thighs shown. These are places where, yes, people have to cover completely up. They don't want to see the female figure. They don't like the female figure to be seen. And again, this is where whoever designed this, whoever thought of this idea of this release, should be fired. SquareEnix, if you're listening to this for some odd reason, I used to have some people that I contacted with SquareEnix, but that was gaming area. Whoever, fire them because they're going to ruin your app. Because this makes no logical sense to sales. Because nobody's going to buy into this. And your monetization practices are a fail. The idea of giving a certain amount of free chapters per day, I think is fantastic. That's a cool concept. And if you want more than that, you can pay into it. Don't restrict it to a time period. Time gating, limited time usage after you pay for it, all that type of stuff, get rid of it. The censorship, get rid of it. Censor it based on the region. Because this trying to cover the entire globe with one set of rules is a ticket to failure. These are beloved franchises, and I'm glad they are willing to say go elsewhere. Technically, they're saying go to official ones. They want legal versions. They're saying go to the legal versions, but at least they're willing to say, you know, look, we're kind of screwing up right now. Go somewhere else. But something should have been in your statement. Don't worry, we're gonna pull the rings back. But I don't think they're gonna do that. I think what they're doing is they're trying to distribute one version of everything. And again, that's a ticket to disaster. That's the Sony route. That's the route of we're trying to make sure everybody across the world's happy. The Disney route, basically. Trying to make sure everything's happy for everybody. We'll make sure they get rid of that character off the cover art so that this country's okay with it. That's a ticket to disaster. To close this out, because this is going long, there's two real main things here that really do break my heart. One thing is that SquareEnix, you made this app and you put it out there to the masses. And the masses, guess what? They went to your app. These are your devoted people. These are the people that want to support the artist. They downloaded that app, they went in there, and some even paid to read stuff on there. And guess what? You spit in their faces. These are your legit people. These are the people that want to pay for this product. They went to your app, and you spit in their faces. That's the biggest problem right there. The second biggest thing here is the artists. Not only did you spit on the customers, the consumers, you also spit on the artists. This is their art. This is their drawings. This is their work. This is their life work. And you spit all over it by putting these big black bars on not only Naughty Bits, but everything else. You put these bars all over their art. It's ridiculous. Please don't go to a museum with a spray paint bottle. You don't want to cover up all that art with your black bars. Oh, and by the way, if none of this upsets you and none of this deters you and you still want to use the app, that's perfectly fine. Do with your time and your money what you want to do. Just be careful if you see anything cool in there and you want to take a screenshot. Even if you want to take a screenshot of all that stuff I've been showing on the screen about what you could do and what the energy works and everything, they'll ban you. Yes, so if you put money in there and you see some good art or some information in there you want to share and you hit that screenshot button, yes, they will ban you. And they will take away your account, and they will take away your money at the same time. So, pre-warning, because we all know all this art, you can't find it anywhere else but here. So, you can't just look online for the damn page and find it. It's only in this app, and they want to keep it in this app. So dumb. So dumb. But anyways, that's my rant and thoughts on Manga Up. SquareEnix, you tried, you failed miserably. Hopefully you fix it. I doubt it. Based on that statement right there, some of these modifications are unavoidable. It's not going to happen. They're going to leave them there. So unless they release a statement saying otherwise, they're going to change it for different regions. I, at this point, will say do not download this, do not support it, and get it elsewhere. But that's all my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment. Let me know what you thought of this whole situation. Did you get it? Did it upset you? Are you okay with the censorship? Even including the knees? Let me know. Additionally, if you've not already, hit that subscribe button so you get all my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon link, a tips link, and a super thanks button down below. I promise I won't censor anything. And y'all take care.